It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. And we're on the line this morning with Sanjiv Malhotra, who joins us from the Sacramento, California area. Our visit is presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Sanjiv, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
It's wonderful to have you on the air with us here today. We want to talk to you about something that has really become a catchword in the energy industry, and that is the word lithium. And you being based there in the Sacramento area and also having operations with your company Sparkz in the West Virginia area, you are perfectly positioned for really making a difference in the lithium market here in the Americas, in the United States. So lithium is such an interesting topic to talk with you about, especially as it regards what's going to be happening here with Homer City redevelopment and the power plant that is coming on and the AI and all of it. Sanjiv, why is lithium so important here in the United States all of a sudden?
Hello?
Are you there, Sanjiv?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay, we must have lost you for a moment. I was asking, why is lithium all of a sudden such an important element here in America?
Well, lithium batteries, they've been around for a while. I would say almost in the R&D and now in the commercial space more than a couple of decades. In fact, I worked on lithium as a scientist back in the 90s. However, I think what's happening now is there is a wide array of applications that have come up. Everybody associates lithium batteries with electric vehicles, with your Tesla or your Chevy vehicle or whatever the case might be. However, there are multiple other applications, both in transportation as well as in grid-related sector. So you could actually, you talked about AI. I think I heard you there briefly.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk AI, you need a lot of computing power. You need a lot of data backup. You need a lot of data centers to be set up. And all of those need power. They need energy. And, excuse me, I'm just coming out of a sore throat. So with all of that, you need a reliable source of energy storage, and that's lithium. There are a lot of mission-critical applications like hospitals, distribution centers, anything that requires a very high reliability of power or energy will need energy storage, and that's lithium batteries for you. On the transportation side, Todd, aside from your light-duty passenger vehicle, which we commonly call EVs or electric vehicles, mm-hmm. There are a lot of other off-road vehicles. Think material handling or forklifts. I just talked about distribution centers. You have a lot of distribution centers in Pennsylvania and the Appalachia region. They all use a lot of forklifts, the material handling movement vehicles. Think farm equipment, mining equipment, construction equipment, all-terrain vehicles, ATVs. The list goes on and on and on. So lithium batteries make sense for all of these applications. And by the way, lithium batteries have been in these applications now for a number of years. So it's not anything new, but I think the technology and the scale-up of the technology, and soon I'm hoping production here in the United States, that is what's giving wings to lithium batteries. So a long answer to your question, but just wanted to talk about why it's a sort of a market pull. It's not a technology push. So that's what's happened to lithium batteries.
Well, lithium is such a valuable element, and it's now been found that very large deposit in the Nevada-Oregon area. And then here in western Pennsylvania, we're finding new ways to get lithium, even from waste coal. And there are various technologies at play. Tell me about Sparkz Energy and how you are a player in this market.
Yeah, so you rightly pointed out that lithium is becoming, or rather, we here in the United States are finding a lot of reserves of lithium. Traditionally it was Nevada, North Carolina, then Arkansas, and now, yes, Oregon as well. There's lithium even in Texas, Utah. So there's plenty of lithium. Also, here in California, down in Southern California and the Salton Sea, there's a lot of lithium there. So lithium, once you extract the lithium, to make it into a battery, it's a three-step process. You first convert that lithium into what's called battery-grade material. So it's basically processing of the critical mineral. So that's step one. Step two is making that into cells, the battery cells. I mean, you see these cells, the cylindrical cells or whatever form factor shape the cells might be, but you make it into battery cells. So that's step two. Step three is making it into a complete battery system or a battery pack. Traditionally in the United States, we have been buying full containers of batteries from China. Basically, just not even doing step one, step two, step three, just buying them and installing them. Who makes money? Not you, my friend, not me. It's the Chinese companies. Then during the Biden administration, there was a lot of push to provide funding to make step two happen, which is make the cells. However, what was missing was step one, making the material or processing of the critical mineral. And pick up any trade media or any newspaper, you will hear about critical mineral processing today. The Trump administration realized that the problem child here is not step two or step three, it's step one, because that's missing. We are depending on China for step one. So what Sparkz is doing is we've got an approach to start with step one, be self-sufficient in processing of these critical minerals, and then possibly make step two happen too. We are doing step two, but on a smaller scale. Our bigger scale is step one. And we have quite a few customers who want us to make the cells, so we're making cells also. So in short, Sparkz has got an ecosystem approach where we make we do the processing of the critical minerals, then we make the cells, and then step three is the easier one of the three. So that's what basically, in short, in summary, that's what Sparkz does. And all for a type of a battery called lithium iron phosphate. And I'll talk about the supply chain of that subsequently, but that's the answer to your question as to what we do.
Yeah, and of course, being able to do this all in America avoids the tariff question and really does literally bring it home here in America. Now, before, in a previous era, it was all NMC, nickel, magnesium, cobalt. But lithium is so much the better suited element, correct?
So look, both NMC and LFP are lithium batteries or lithium ion batteries. And lithium or NMC, nickel, manganese, cobalt, that gives the higher energy density, so the longer range. And that was the darling of the industry, when the EV started to take off because everyone wanted longer range. But LFP or lithium iron phosphate has got 4 or 5 key competitive advantages over NMC. One is it's almost about 40 to 45% lower in cost. That's a big one, especially when we are looking at transitioning from the early adopter market into the mass market. Cost is paramount. The second is it is a lot safer. When you hear about fires, that basically is NMC. Lithium iron phosphate or LFP has a much higher tolerance. So it's not as unsafe, or I should say it's a lot safer than NMC.
Mm.
The third one is it has a much longer life, almost 4 to 5 times the life of NMC. NMC has roughly about 1,500 cycles. Each cycle is one full charge and one discharge. And in the case of LFP, it's anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 cycles. So that's the third advantage, much longer life. The fourth one is it has a supply chain here in the United States. Nothing can beat that, Todd.
Yeah.
If we have to depend on Congo for cobalt, if we have to depend on Indonesia for nickel, and both the supply chain of cobalt and nickel is controlled by China, hey, that's game over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game over for us. It starts the game for China. So we need to have the supply chain here in the United States. And I think in your previous question, you said that, yes, it helps with the tariffs. No, I think I agree with your second comment. It's time to bring it home. Mm-hmm. We cannot depend on any foreign nation, especially a nation with whom we've had a history of geopolitical tensions and IP theft and whatever else. I'm not a politician, so I'm not going to get into a political rhetoric here. But with all of those things, that's not conducive for businesses to thrive in the United States. For businesses to thrive in the United States, we need to be doing it here. We need to be manufacturing it here. Our supply chain needs to be in our control. And LFP clearly has that. Lithium, as we just discussed, you and I, Todd, lithium is here in the United States. Iron is plentiful in places like Minnesota, North Dakota. And so is phosphate. Phosphate comes from Florida. So guess what? Aside from Sparkz creating these manufacturing jobs, there will be jobs created in extraction of these minerals that we are talking about.
Yeah.
Lithium, iron, phosphate. So it's obviously bringing it home, the manufacturing, but it's also about creating high-paying jobs. So, and that is basically, in a nutshell, what Sparkz is doing. It's helping with onshoring of lithium iron phosphate battery technology or manufacturing of that and creating jobs, both direct jobs as well as through our supply chain, all in the United States.
We have run out of time with Sanjiv Malhotra this morning. It is Sparkz Energy, say it again, SPARKZ.energy. To learn more, and Sanjiv, perhaps in the future we can talk more because it is a topic that I think is going to last as long as lithium does. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Todd. Take care.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You as well. Take care. Bye.